After being gone from the game for months, I've been spending the past month getting back into the game and getting used to it. And these are 3 tips that I really believe you need to know whether you're returning back into the game or whether you're even a new player. Welcome to Posty XP, I'm Posty and I make videos on gacha games, or at least I try to. First off, Nightmare Echoes. Nightmare Echoes are a variant of existing echoes in Wuthering. They are stronger than their regular counterpart and feel like a quality of life update to rotations. Current Nightmare Echoes we have as part of the 2.1 patch are the Philian Bernagle, Imperium's Heron, Inferno Rider, Morning Eggs, Thundering Methods, and the Tempest Methods and Crownless. Now in the 2.1 patch, Kuro Games actually made it quite easy to get these Nightmare Echoes. As soon as you finish Act 1, you'll be able to head towards this location you're seeing in the video, and you'll be able to see a cat with a potter. You might have met him before if you've played the Somnium Labyrinth. Simply speak to him, he'll tell you about a crisis that's going on, and he'll unlock the bosses for you to face off. Now, the only 2 Nightmare Echoes you won't unlock immediately are going to be the Crownless and the Tempest Mephis. Now, to unlock the Tempest Mephis and the Crownless Nightmare Echo, you are going to have to go and do dream patrols on these 2 specific areas of the map. Once you've done all the dream patrols within those areas, they will unlock the Nightmare Echo variant for that specific area. Should you grind for the perfect Nightmare Echo? Honestly, yes, you should. If your character actually has a build where they can take advantage of a Nightmare Echo, I would actually pretty much give you a thumbs up recommendation. Grind for the Nightmare Echo. It is a quality of life update in terms of rotations, where you don't actually need to do a lot of swap cancels because you're using your Echo. And they actually do give buffs if you have them as your main slot. And these buffs don't really have a timer, unlike, for example, the Philian, when you have it normally, you get a buff, but that buff is within a couple of seconds, and added on top of that, you need to actually have the animation fully play out before your Jinyan gets the Philian buff. But with a Nightmare version of that, you immediately have area damage bonus and 50% heavy attack damage bonus from the get-go. And then you can use your Echo, which will then deal 109% area damage with its normal animation, but you won't be stuck having to do cancel swaps because it's animating. No, it actually hops in the battle like a Pokemon, does its thing, does damage, and then leaves, while you just focus on your own rotation and your own characters. I love it, and I'm pretty sure you guys will love it too. So should you grind for it? Oh yeah, definitely. If you're not at the point where you're at Renacita yet, then I would say, hey, you can still do with a normal non-Nightmare Echo. Should you grind for the best non-Nightmare Echo? No, I would say try and get something that is like maybe decent, maybe has like 2 good substats, but like something that will get you through the story campaign. Like, the story campaign isn't really too hard. You won't really need the most maxed out, main Echo. Now, as for resonators, we're gonna stick to the basics. Build one team first. You want to have a main DPS that's going to do a lot of damage. You want to have a sub DPS, and you want to have a healer. Some team builds will be a little bit different for where you might have maybe an all attack team. Maybe you might not have enough characters to fill out all the slots, but at least focus on building one team and then only build a second team once your first team is fully able to breeze through a lot of content. That way, hey, by the time you want to do end game content, you already have main team that's already good, and you might have a second team that's at least on its way to being pretty good, because resources do get scarce pretty fast when you split all your resources between two teams at the beginning. And while focusing on building your team, try and make sure you spend most of your resources on your main DPS. Get them as high as you can. Your sub DPS and your healer, you can get away with leveling them up to level 60 and balancing them out a bit over there. But try and make sure that your main DPS are always the highest level. You always got the perfect farms for them. As of 2.1, we currently have Phoebe and Brant. Well, Brant is still coming out in a couple of days. But should you pull for Phoebe or Brant? Phoebe, it's not a must, but she will do excellent in a free-to-play team. Even in a non-free-to-play team, she'll do excellent. Her best team includes the Rover and Verena the healer, who you can easily get at the very beginning of the game. Last but not least, crystal solvents. By this point, you might have already been building quite a stack of them. Crystal solvents can be exchanged for wave plates, but I'd recommend using these when you are at data bank level 21, because then you can use them on tacit suppressions. Why do you want to use them on tacit suppressions? Well, in the end game, it's going to be pretty hard to find golden tuners and golden tubes to upgrade your echoes. Tacit suppressions will give you this, but another bonus is that whilst you're building up your character, you'll be able to actually farm good echoes for your character through tacit suppression, and they're all gonna be gold so long as your data bank level is 21 or above. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more content like this. And hey, if you got any opinions, comment them down in the comment section. I would love to hear them out. But yeah, cheers guys, have a good day.